Hey everybody, welcome to Golden Guys. It's JD. I'm with my brother in here, and it is Baltimore week. So two of us are heading to Baltimore. Two of us we wish were joining us, and I'm pretty sure they were joining us as well. And we just want to say where you'll be there in spirit because we'll have a drink and try not to do anything stupid in your
I
behalf.
expect you'll have many drinks.
Maybe more than one. So just to let everybody know, tonight we're gonna have some fun. We got some. I don't have anything to show tonight because my FedEx guy didn't understand what the sign means, so you can leave it here. But I was waiting on my Comic Link wins, but they're not here. But I have a few other ones. So I'm going to shout out the chat in a little bit. But first, I want to introduce Paul. I never introduced you first, so how I am. Say hello to everybody and tell them you got any paintings to show.
Nope, I'm off for the rest of the week, so I'm probably gonna be painting most of the week. So hopefully I'll have some soon. Needed to take some time off and just decompress from work a little bit. But I'm alive today, so that's a good thing.
Something's wrong with this.
It's always in doubt with me.
Oh, very cool. All right, hang on a second here.
Are you able to get it on YouTube? It's just spinning for me.
Yeah, it's spinning for me too.
I got it up. It's working.
Are you seeing chat?
I'm not seeing anything.
I mean, the video's playing, and there's nobody currently chatting other than you, Knights. You said hi, all, and Chris Barrett checked in.
Okay.
I've got it on my phone also, and it looks like there's 9 people watching.
Okay, I apologize. I can't actually see it anywhere, so I don't know why that is.
Let me see.
Maybe it's a Midwest thing.
Yeah, it's whatever. I can't see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming up. Looks good.
All right, I apologize. I can't see the chat. That's what I was trying to figure out what was going on. We didn't look live at that point, so apologize for technical difficulties. But it's Inktober too, so I'll just show you, fans. Last week was sketch covers. Week before that, I did covers I had commissioned, or cover recreations had commissioned with different characters. Pretty much just Vader and Thanos. And now it's original art or sequential art. Gambit from Gambit issue 12. What If? Well, who never knew? What If? This is What If number 38, and this is pretty much, I think, what if Thor was an agent of Seth? That's pretty brutal story. Wolverine gets all messed up. Warlock and the Infinity Watch, number 13. It's Daryl Skelton. He's a local guy here, and he had a bunch of that stuff. That tag's not the original because he sold the original for $500, and now he has the acetate, so he just recreates it all the time for everybody because he's pretty pissed off he got taken. And the other one is the Jim Stone, my Thor vs. Thanos that I've had for eons from Avengers Annual number 7, page 37. So,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
yeah, that's just my sequential art. We're just showing it because this is Inktober, and that's you won't be. Next week, I'm probably gonna not be able to. But no, next week you might see some stuff I'll get at the con. So
Yeah, you might be an OA Kirby piece or a Neil Adams OA or something.
no, the only original art I want is actually coming up in Comic Link.
What's that? Is that Kirby?
Kirby.
Nice.
Nice.
Kirby,
It's from.
Machine Man.
Oh, that's the good one.
Very cool. Yeah, I don't collect any original art, and there's 2 reasons. The secondary reason is because it's too expensive. The primary reason is because I'm very shallow and I like colors.
You could color it.
You always brought that up. You always
Yeah, I probably get kicked straight out of every comic community there is. I don't even know if they probably have a special camp.
People kicked me out from busting on X-Men for the last 20 years. I'm missing one piece of sequential art. I don't know where it is. It's the Captain America.
I got a cool piece of art this week, but it's not original art.
There it is. Oh, cool. Show it.
Okay. This is my only pickup for the week.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a cool Matt Baker piece.
Nice pickup.
Yep, that's Baker and his dirty little mind.
Yeah. And it's pretty nice copy. I don't know. It's in the 5.0 range, give or take.
Oh,
And
wow, that's actually pretty good for that. You got now. Are you gonna? How much work do you think it needs?
well, I don't think a clean and a press is really going to do much for this book. If there were no BaltCon this weekend, I would clean it and press it and maybe get a 0.5 bump out of it. But it's really not that dirty, and it's really pretty flat and decent. So I'm just going to bring this with me to Baltimore, and
Oh, I love that on-site
it'll
grading.
be for sale or trade. And I haven't decided if I'm going to give it to CGC or if I'm just going to try to pedal it like this. But it's coming with me, and I'm going to do something with it. And I'm not cleaning and pressing it, so it's in good shape. It doesn't have it's one of those books that's flat and it's just got some fading, and it's good. I mean, it's good the way it is. I think it's going to be like a 5, no matter what you do to it. So
Yeah, there are people, and this is something I want to tell you, fans out there, Golden Age fans and everything else. There are a lot of people who do not, in the Golden Age especially, who are very anti-slabbing. So when I'm on the CGC boards, a lot of those guys are obviously CGCers, 99% of them. Some of them are not. And those guys are known on the boards, as buying raw. But this is where they sell their raws. They love selling their raws to these guys. So
well, you can always
some of them are very much not CGC folks.
there are some that just they won't buy. They don't like them. They like the interior.
That's
What I
fine.
like
You can
about-
crack the slab. I don't understand that logic. I get why they like raw. That's cool, but then they won't buy slabs. Just buy the slab and crack it out. Like Charleston 66 does that. He buys slabs and he cracks them out. First thing he does is crack it out.
Carlton does that. Yeah, you do it right.
Yeah, Mates does it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, most of them will crack it out.
I've cracked open some. So, but back to the golden, this guy. So, one of the things I was thinking about with that book is you do have people. Do you bring a slabbed Golden Age like that, where I bet you the true romance people that are going to collect those may be collecting it for the Baker cover, and those are the slabbers, or some people who really understand the artwork inside that's better might be the better. You never know. It's one of those things. I've had people bring up both. Because I asked a dealer who he has a lot more raws than he has slabs, and I said, "Do you ever get into slabs?" He goes, he personally flat out said, he goes, "I don't slab anything of my own ever." And he goes, "But I don't really have anything of my own. I consider my own anymore. I try not to. So if I buy a book from somebody, that's how I get slabs. But I do not." I'm not, and I asked him, "Do you ever think you should?" He goes, "I don't think the people that buy my kind of books, like you with the jungles, that's why jungles they're not that many slab jungles. You can find a ton more raw slab than you jungles.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Than you ever will of a pre-code horror. The pre-code horror is pretty much the slab, but
this will be for everyone then, because the raws will like it and the slabbers will like it. So
yep, that's why I say that is huge market you have for that book.
I get a slab.
I mean, here's the deal. If I don't do something with it in a deal or sell it or trade or whatever in its current condition there by Sunday, I will probably just fill out the paperwork and do a drop off and give it to CGC. And I'll probably put it under standard submission and get it back in like 2 weeks back to my house. And then I'll have a slab, and then I can sell it from the comfort of my own home in the usual venues where slabs sell good. So I really don't like taking raws like this to a con, because I'm always paranoid it's going to get bent up. Somebody's going to crash into my backpack, some kids messing around. So I'm very much more comfortable with slabs, but I'll keep this well protected. I'm sure it'll be fine. I just, so I'll have it. Anybody watching or, whatever, if you see me, I'll have that for sale.
Yeah, I'm on-site grading.
Mylar on, put it in a Mylar maybe.
Yeah, well, I don't own any Mylar, so that's not happening.
I love that.
It's in a nice new poly right now, and it looks sharp.
Look at that poly.
See the
Look at that
poly
poly.
on the new one already?
That poly looks as old as that book.
That's all right. It's not going to do anything.
That's just fun. I love it because it's so funny because I like Mylar, but I don't do it on Golden Age books ever. I'll do it on a book I'm not afraid of ripping apart or catching it on my end, or the fact that, some of those things suck. But anyway, so Knights is another one who you don't like slabs and everything else.
Well, I like them to know what I'm buying.
That's what one of the deals I was going to point out. The biggest reason why some of these guys buy them and crack them open is once they get that blue label, they keep those blue labels. And a lot of times, especially on the CGC board, you see, I have the raw cracked out here. You'll get the exact one, and that's it. Now, some people are frown upon that. Some people, most of these people that we buy from here and there, on the CGC boards, we all know, we've been doing this for so long. It's like, we never get like the House of Shame. We always put that in there. And we're like, do you remember when we nominated each other for the House of Shame when we first started? I'm like, I was some part of that group, but they all hated each other at first. But back to that whole thing, there's people that crack open just so they know it's not restored.
But
And there are some that crack open the restored and cheat you. There's some that do that, so be careful. Everything's a double-edged sword, especially in the Golden Age. So.
But to sell them, you need it. It's way easier if it's slabs.
It's easier to sell slabs, in my opinion, as a whole. Yes, I do that, but you're not going to lose a big market if he slabs it at all.
Yeah, that's why I'll get it slabbed if I bring it back with me. But if I have it there, it's in person. I can take it out and have somebody can look at it and they can examine it, and you can be much more comfortable buying a raw Golden Age if you can look at it.
Are you getting there?
I've been doing it for a long time. They can take a look at this quick and know that there's no issues with it or exactly what the grade is. Like they'll know right off because they can see it in hand and they can flip through it. So I don't think at a con something like this is going to be a disadvantage to have a raw. But if I end up coming back with it, it's a disadvantage to try to sell this raw. I would get it slabbed because I'll be getting it.
Yeah.
It depends. Like some people then get all nervous, though. Some people get nervous because they're like, I can't tell. You're saying, not restored or whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, the person who's going to buy this is probably not going to be a beginner. This is not a beginner level GA book. I mean, this is people who are in GA and are familiar with it and know, like, this is like deeper down the rabbit hole, I think.
Sharon Ritter's going, by the way. So Worldwide Comics is going, which is huge for, in my opinion. I like Sharon Ritter. She's pretty well known. Worldwide Comics, www.comics.com. She's very good in the pedigrees. That's one thing. I know her from a pedigree collection years ago. That was the Western pen that I have a lot of. She did too, and I kind of filled out some of the ones I always really wanted from that collection that she got from her. But she's there. She's somebody who they love that Baker stuff because they're now big there. But there's a bunch of people there. I know the big buyer. I think I love every one of these guys would go look at that raw or graded. But he's not going to go bring that to someone who's specialized in. If he's got a row of ASM 300s behind him, I'm pretty sure DS is just going to walk right by that guy.
Well, I mean, I could sell it to if I brought this book to Reese's or Dave and Adams. I mean, those guys have almost exclusively slabs. They would buy it,
drop it right off.
Yeah, right. They would buy it and
then would do the same thing.
They go to CGC. Exactly what they would do.
Red Hood would be like, wait, take this too, because he's always sending stuff over at these slabs.
Yeah, right.
And we love that. I mean, Shortbox is going to be there. Who's Gene? I guess I can use their real. Can I use your real name? Oh, we're using your real our made up names. So because that's what's going to happen there. That's what I think we said on the boards. They're like, outside of JD, if somebody comes over to you and calls you by your name, it's gonna be really funny calling Minutemen 69. Hey, is that you, Minuteman 69? From across the board, calling everybody by their boarding names.
I already made a deal with Gene. I sold a book to him that I'm going to bring with me. And
LB Cole has to be.
Huh? Yeah.
Of course. By the way, because Shortbox is probably my, outside of DS Comics, Shortbox actually sold me both my LB Cole Jungle Elephant books.
Yeah, I mean, he's big on LB Cole. He's got a lot of it, and he's got some good stuff.
Yeah, and he can great. I love his system. His system is very good.
Which dealer is this?
Shortboxed.
Oh yeah.
So here's an example. What he does on the back of every one of them, he does what he found and everything he detected there, and with his opinion of a grade. But a lot of times they used to just do fine, near mint minus, fine plus, and everything else. But now they all have to put the number of what they think CGC is going to do. It's weird because they're doing that 1.8. They're doing that now, but it's pretty good. But his accuracy is pretty right on. If not, he's actually a very tough grader. If you ask me, I think he grades real tough, which is why I like dealing with him. So just
very professional. He had that custom-made, designed rack that he had built, that he designed, and he's got an app coming out that I think he's launching the app at Baltimore.
Oh, good.
So he's very, very professional, and he is really going as far as he can to be top-notch professionalism as a dealer. And yeah, he's doing some really cool stuff, and he's. I like dealing with him. I've done a couple deals with him, and 100% legit, straight up guy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting him there, and then he's going to give me.
I have his booth number. I have his booth number because they on the site they ask, "Hey, where's everybody going to be?" And so everybody puts out there, so they know Comicore and JD. Because some guys watch. Hey, that's the other thing. We just want to shout out that some of the people that watch YouTube that don't have their names on here, they say they watch it. Because I've always been weirded by the fact that I had like 11 or 12 viewers the whole time, and then it's off and it says 120 views.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up with that? Well, it turns out that a lot of these guys that are on the sites don't log into their YouTubes or whatnot, or they, whatever. They got their YouTube there, so they don't have an account or whatever. So shout out to those guys. So because there's a lot of them. I didn't know how many of them. So yeah, watch it all the time.
Thousands of viewers who are watching.
For the millions watching around the world, and the 16 of you here in the studio, so to speak. So anyway, very cool. What else? Paul.
You got to make that Comicore logo gold for our show.
I so want a golden one. I'll talk to him. Yep, I'll talk to him. Yeah, I would so like a gold one and have some. I want to do it with our theme song, with the music.
That'd be cool.
The rock, the heavy metal one, the one. Yeah. So what else, Paul? How's things going?
Just plugging along. Thinking about that show that you and I might be going to in is it November?
November, yeah.
Which
the local one in Omaha?
Disney on Ice?
You mean the local one here in Omaha?
No, the one up in Minnesota?
Minnesota, yeah. We're waiting. I haven't heard on that. Did you hear from? I haven't heard anything about it. Bill, what's his name? The guy, Bill. What's his name? Bill. No, the dealer up in Minnesota, really well known. Mendelson.
Is it the guy who has the collector's comics?
No. Well, he's usually right by him though.
He might be in Michigan.
And the local one in Omaha, that's the first weekend in November, right?
We think. Yeah, if Fuckface there, he'll be there. The guy from Minnesota will be there. But if the Fuckface that runs it, and I can say that because nobody likes it. He literally has nothing but long boxes wrapped around the middle of his thing. This is one guy, but he organizes this by doing this. And they're dirty, ranky, skanky long boxes in absolutely no particular order whatsoever. And he doesn't know what's in anything. And he wears the same tan fucking jacket every time. He's such a dick. So,
and he literally does shows all over the Midwest.
Yeah, he's just the same guy. And he's got nothing. But the guys around him, there's a bunch of guys that have some good shit. Shout out to one real guy, Tom Barker, who at Middle Geek Comics, and which is Middle Geek Comics, and a few guys like that definitely that attend all those shows. So you get some good people there. Not a lot of. There's a few golden guys there. There's golden age collectors. Mostly, there's the pulp guy. He's a little quirky, but he's a good dude. He's the pulps. He does pulps all the way to the Curtis, to the Warrens, and everything else. But he's got really nice, all those Eerie Warrens, I usually get a lot from him.
Yeah, there's one of those I want. It's a Wrightson cover, obviously, but it's the one I want. I can't remember the number. I think it's a creepy, but I'm not sure. But it's got like it's like a scene in the snowstorm, and there's this big white sort of creature on the hill, and there's like kids on the road or something. TJ he's in the chat. He'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That's the only
Web of Horror 3.
What is it called?
Web of Horror 3.
Yeah, it might be that one. I think that might be it.
The 9.4, if you want, is on the CGC website right now.
Yeah, for what though? I mean, like,
Yeah, the 9.4. It's the highest grade rated one.
I mean, I just want like an 8.0 or something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They're fun to find. Web of Horror 3. It is the first. TJ has one.
Yeah.
I do not. And you have already have the House of Secrets 179. You already have that. You already have House of Mystery 179, which is the first Wrightson work ever. Not his cover. It's the first actual professional work there. But I will challenge you on that. Right, first professional work, but I have his actual first work, which I'll show you in a minute. The
only ones I'm missing, like Wrightson stuff that I want, is that Web of Horror 3. I want that. And I need a Swamp Thing 1. Ironically, it's not like I haven't had it.
I'm literally taking it with me to Baltimore to slab it right in front of your face.
I've had 5 copies of that, and they've all been nice. I mean, the ones that you got off here are nice.
Yeah, I honestly,
8.5 slab.
I think that's going to get a really good grade. I think it's better than.
Yeah, real nice. I
think it's a 9.2 minimum.
Yeah, I was thinking 9.0. I mean, when we talked about it, I think I told you 9.0.
Yeah, I think it's a 9.2.
I had an 8.5 slab, and then I had those 2 that I gave you, and I had another one I sold on eBay.
Yeah.
I just, now that I got some of the heavy hitters, I'm down to Swamp Thing 1, and that's on the list now. I've already got the House of Secrets 92 and House of Mystery 179, so that's like next on my Wrightson list. And then there's a bunch of like House of Secrets, House of Mystery ones that are his that I want. Just random ones. Those aren't hard to find. I just want like 7.5, 8.0 grades of those.
Yeah, I would love. We can definitely do something on that because I have a whole stack of Bernie Wrightson. Obviously, I've got an entire short box. This is one here. I want to show this. This is in Golden Age, but this kind of goes with TJ. This is the book I was trying to find. I actually opened this up again because I wanted to bring this up because this is actually what's more on the inside than what's on the cover. This is Eerie 5. So obviously it's way before. This is the Swamp God Strikes. So, but the year of this, if you want to look that up, the year is 1966. Okay. And that is a full 3 years before that House of Mystery. And it just so happens that there's a Frazetta, by the way, that's Frazetta. Because the Frazetta used to do this.
Yeah, I think that was on my first Frazetta video. I did that book.
And there's a really cool scene in here. It was a really cool tribute to Frazetta that's written, or a note, and it talks about. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, everybody.
Do you guys consider this a white cover?
Yes. Which what number is that?
13.
13. I think it was.
Or how about this? Is this a white cover?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a white cover.
Is that a new thing?
I was just gonna look at all my white covers, and I was just curious because some of it's borderline.
You have a Fantastic Four 67. That's a pain in the ass white cover. That's what I call that one.
What about that? Is that a white cover?
Yeah. Yeah, I just that's right here.
That's a good book too. That's one of my favorite Thors early on.
Right there. I only got a 7.0.
That's
what about
that
one?
though.
7.0 white, but
white?
off white.
Is this one white?
White.
I got an X-Men 100 right here. That's definitely a white cover, isn't it?
That is a book that you pointed out today. I mean,
just a little bit, but
We'll talk Golden.
Seems like if the white is in the background, it's considered a white.
Frazetta.
Pretty white.
Nice. 9.4. Yeah, it better be white.
Yeah, white pages too on it, which it's 1970.
That's nice. That's real nice on that. That's a good book.
Did you press that?
No, this was the last batch that I didn't press myself. There's only a couple in here that I pressed, but I submitted them with this under the quick press anyway, so they pressed them too. But I pressed the 238 that was in this batch and something else I can't remember, but they pressed this. I cleaned it though, but I wasn't real confident with my pressing, and I had a lot of other stuff, and I wasn't pressing everything when I sent this in. I was pressing sporadically, still not comfortable with all the books, and so I sent this in, and they pressed it, and but it was already pretty nice. I mean, it wasn't like it had any big issues. It just I sent it for a quick press, you know what I mean? But I probably would have got a 9.2 without it anyway. It was pretty nice, but I cleaned it. I had a lot of that dirt you see on the back of the spine. This is a sneaky hot book, man. This is a good.
Yeah, they're people should pay attention to that one for sure. I mean, I think it's the true, like all the X-Men. Was that all of them the first time, the old and the new, or?
Yeah, old versus new team, but it's stuck in between 94 and 101, and 95 and 100 sort of get skipped over in the hobby, and people just
96 just
101, and there's a couple of good ones in between that are decent.
96 is really hot right now.
That one is now, yeah.
But I
mean, anything from 94 to 101, they're all good books,
yeah.
And nobody focuses on the ones in the middle, I feel like.
I guess this isn't in here. There's one where it's got Bernie writes and draws a guy getting carried to a grave, and the gravestone says Bernie Wrightson. And it's written by a 16-year-old fan of Fran Frazetta. And it's in his book. It's pretty good. It's like a letter to it's like a 16 at this point. And it's Wally Wood and Frazetta did this whole thing. So it was actually just one of my favorites. So anyway, back to Golden guys. Knights. Oh boy, he's not here.
I'm here.
Oh, did you get that list for?
I did.
You did. I can't. I apologize. Can anybody shout out the chat? Because I cannot. I can't even see the chat.
Yes, is good at that.
Well, I'm terrible at it because right now I'm typing back to somebody who apparently was in my live chat, just a Rican, and I apparently ignored him. So I'll do the shout out.
I'll do it. We got Gray Man from UK.
You're
We don't hold the soccer team that he likes against him. He's still a good guy. We got Ben Compton. We got Marvel Hunter. Let's see what else we got. Gretzky, of course, one of our most loyal. Ricky marks that, showing a lot of bills. Just a Rican. And who that was here. But I think that there's an auction going on right now at the New York Warriors. So
yeah, there is. Gray Man's here too. Just a shout out because he's across the pond and it's 3 a.m. over there, so he's staying up late to catch this.
Yeah, his neighbors are probably pissed off because he's probably still blaring the heavy music.
I know, I saw you said that. Probably true.
Let me try something here.
But yeah, there's a missing question in there, Paul, which I answered with my less experienced pressing knowledge. If you wanted to address it, you could. But basically, for me, if people are pressing a book, if there's folds and bends and waviness and it's book wide, like it's the whole book, I usually put it in a humidity chamber, get the whole thing moist, sort of, and then press it, and I leave it in fairly long for a long cool off, and it gets the entire book all the way through. Pretty good for me. If it's just the covers, I've started using more of this handheld thing for just portions of the cover, but I'm not a huge fan of this, I'll be honest, but I use it more than I was before, but I'm really not a big fan of it, but it saves a lot of time. I can't argue with that. I mean, ETA Nick is a big fan of this. It does save time, but I really like the thorough full humidity chamber for all my books, but I just don't have time to do that much for when I have a lot of books. If I only have a couple books, I'll use a humidity chamber no matter what. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I usually use the humidity chamber, and just to add on, like if he kind of was asking like if you could do a single page. You can't really do a single page. You're doing the whole book the whole time. But humidity is the way to get everything flat.
I did get something else though. I'll show you this, Paul. I don't know if you have any thoughts on it. I used it twice so far, and it hasn't had good results for me yet. But I'm going to continue to try. It's just for like small dings and dents, and like to pre-press some difficult portions that a larger press might not get. I've been trying this little handheld mini.
Out of control.
Like a tacking iron.
Control.
It's a tacking iron, and it's an adjustable temperature.
My wife uses that in her hair.
Well, this thing
The thing I found.
Is that a curling iron?
No, it's got a little mini iron head on the top.
Oh, okay.
It's got an adjustable dial. Right?
They all look alike to me.
But
About the best thing I found for using them is on the square bounds where it'll wrinkle along the binding.
Talking about wife.
Those work really good for that.
All right, I'll try it on. I haven't tried it. I've been a little scared of square bounds. My press doesn't work good because you can't put the whole book in the press. You got to leave the spine outside the press when I do it. Maybe there's a better way to do it, but I'm leaving the spine outside. I'm not getting good pressure on the book unless it's centered in my press. And so square bounds, I can't center because I got to leave the spine outside it.
Yep.
Square bounds, I'm not getting good results with those. So I've got to figure out a better system for square bounds.
Did you try? So you haven't tried on the Marvel Feature 1?
That's the first one I tried on was that.
See, I grabbed mine and I'm gonna submit it, but I'm not bringing it. I don't think it's bringable worthy. 7.5, 8, maybe.
Yeah, I did it on the look. I have a cheap.
I'm bringing Avengers 48 because I think it's an 8, even with that little dot I have on it, but because it's very minor. I make it sound so bad. Everybody busts my balls about it, but it's really not that bad. It's still an 8 in a 19, very good book. It'll grade it an 8 probably, but without that dot, I still think it's a higher grade. That's all I focus in on is an imperfection. That's the nature of me looking at a comic book nowadays. I used to look at the art first. Now I'm like, where the hell did spine tick come from? It sucks. It's part of the reason I was like, it sucks. And that's why I go right with the Golden Age, because I'm expecting to see that shit when somebody else's collection. When it's in my collection, I get pissed.
Yeah, I know.
Going through somebody's short boxes, I expect to see that shit. So
you mentioned the spine rolls. There's two things next on my horizon for what I want to learn for like comic book work. One is I really want to figure out how to remove color touch without scraping the paper. So I'm trying different things. Evan's in the chat. I've got some ideas from him in previous chats. He's thrown some comments in, which I've actually taken screenshots of to refer back to later for your comments, Evan. So I'm trying some stuff on that. We'll see how it goes. And the other thing is fixing spine rolls. I've got some brainstorming on that. I know how some other people are doing it, so I'm going to try that at some point. But the only problem is most of the spine roll books I have that need fixing are, less than great condition Golden Age books, and I don't want to practice.
Okay, yeah, you might be careful.
13, I don't want to practice on something like that. So but we'll see. I don't know. Those are the two things that I next want to sort of work on.
Don't try to fix spine roll on a book with printed paper.
To practice on. Go find some Gene Autry's to go practice on.
Yeah, but none of them have spine rolls.
Yeah.
Every time I find one with a good spine roll, it's like a quality book. I don't want to.
Yeah, you need a good. Nobody. You need to know the ones that are always ripped up were the crime novels, and there's that theory. This is part of the whole Sodi thing. If you think about it, why some books are always in better condition than others? Why crime books and murder books from the late 40s and 50s, especially the early, the post-war. They're all like the hardest ones to find in good condition. They're all ripped up and torn because they said bad kids had those, and then good kids had like the Andy Pandas and the Looney Tunes. That's why there's so many of those in 9-0s and all that, and you get a crime one. So anyway, that's something right there. Cool, Brent.
Yeah, and you know what? My Terrific 5, I don't have it handy right now, but That's got a nasty spine roll, but it's a 2.5, but it's got good page quality. I'm not cracking that out to mess with it. And I've even run it by a couple people with more experience, and they recommended me not messing with it. So I don't. That's the only one I currently have that I would do that on, and I don't want to even let somebody else mess with it. Not for that book, you know what I mean? Terrific 5 and a 2.5 is good. Like
Oh yeah, geez, please.
Yeah, I don't even want to crack it out for anything because I don't even want to mess with it. So
yeah, that's exactly what I was supposed to bring. I mean, my buddy was gonna give me his. He's probably watching. Give me his. What was that? The weird Ghost Stories.
Ghost 6.
Ghost 6. Yeah, the Maurice Whitman cover, and he says about a 5. I wanted to see it and bring it in here, and he's like, well, maybe I'll get a press. I'm like, I wouldn't if I were you. If it's a 5 already, don't mess with that, because
look, this book, I didn't press this one. I cleaned it, but I didn't press it because it doesn't have a lot of pressable defects, and it's got some decent amount of color breaking creases on the book. It's not. This thing's not going to go to a 7.5. I mean, this thing is topped out at probably a 4.0.
Yeah,
tops.
That's why I say don't. Why? What are you going for?
So I mean, all you can do is mess it up because you can pop the staples on these things. You can put you can burn the color a little bit. You can just drop it on the floor. You know what I mean? It's not worth it for no grade bump.
I bring this up all the time. I had my ASM 129, the one I showed on the hunt, and I took it to the presser, and I looked at it, and I thought there was a lot of pressable defects where I would figure I'd crack it open, press it really good with him for the next 3 days, and get it done right, and then go bring it to Baltimore, right, and get it there and upgrade it right there. And then I thought about it, saying, why would I risk that on an ASM 129? Now, here's the thing: I wouldn't risk it on the Golden Age book with insecure staples, obviously. But I have really secure staples on this Punisher and the first appearance by ASM book, Copper, Bronze Age book, whatever. And in my heart, I just sat there. I says, it doesn't matter right now because I'm not. I don't think this risk and reward. I was thinking about it, saying, this is a book that has a slight little roll in there, and I'm like, if I give it to the presser and you trust everybody, but you it happens every time, and if that staple pops, I never even got a chance to enjoy the book. I immediately went for the quick upgrade. I'm done. Yeah. So I don't know. I have a hard time cracking open and doing that if I think it's not going to really be amazing. If it's something else where I notice something severe, or I always give it to the presser. If presser agreed with me, and that's what I like about pressers. Paul, you're one of them. They're always the most honest people when it comes down to what to do on a book. They make the decision at the end, saying, "I wouldn't touch this," and that's a good thing. Or I don't think it's worth it. So,
well, I mean, after you've pressed a little bit, like me, I have a little bit of experience, and I'm getting results that I'm very pleased with. I can say that. It's not professional level, but I'm really pleased with how my pressing skills are progressing. But you only have to press a few books to learn that there are some types of defects or some issues with books that the risk far outweighs the reward, and you learn very quickly what those are. And then even if you just pressed a little bit, you start seeing books in a different way. You look at it and you're like, yeah, that's going to be a tough one to press. There's going to be problems with that. And you can see things in a sort of a different light. And that's even just from me not having that much experience, and I can tell. And there's just some books that are super low grade that I'll press. They're falling apart sort of, but I'll press. Where there's other ones that might be higher, but they have a specific type of issue that I know is very risky for pressing, and I don't mess with it. And a lot of it for me, and I'm just winging it here. And staple placement has a lot to do with it too, because if the staples are lined up nicely like on Moderns, where they're right on the spine, perfect, no problems. But sometimes you have those staples that happen on the front cover and it's miswrapped, and one is on the back cover. Yeah, I mean, I'm not comfortable like pressing the hell out of those books if it's not worth it. It's risky to me because I don't know. I don't want to put pressure on the staples, and sometimes it's really hard to avoid that.
One of the things I was going to ask you as well was, and the pressers that we have right here is like I do clean books, and I was talking to DS today. I might as well say I use what I mean by cleaning a book. What I do is before I make a decision whether or not I'm going to put it in a slab or if I want to keep it or what grade I think it is, if I plan on selling it, I don't clean a book before I buy it. So when I get it home, usually I then start going and cleaning it. And I use certain things. I have Absorbine. I can show you what that is in a minute, which I told DS I was going to use.
Play-Doh.
It's Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Just adult Play-Doh is what it is. It stinks like Play-Doh. I hate the smell. I got kids, that's why. You hate the smell of Play-Doh. I actually like the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. I'll just grab those real quick. What I use. So these, and this is I use this in a cloth, and that's all I do to clean off anything that's on the book to get all the dust off. Get a little brush, by the way, when you use erasers and stuff with this Play-Doh.
Will that make this white?
No.
It'll make it a
I
less
literally
dingy
do it for
gray.
I personally, the only thing I do is these things are harmless. I don't like a lot of other things. These things are pretty harmless to anything. If you don't know what these are, it's like this really soft sponge, but it's white. And what I like about it being on the white side is when I clean up a book, it kind of tells me how much dirt and stuff there was on a book. When you do a Golden Age book that's been sitting in somebody's attic for a while, and not in Mylar, just kidding, just wiping it down, just a lot of dirt on it. So it's just something there I do. And what I mean cleaning is I do not do any spot cleaning or anything else. I just go over my books, and then I send them off to pressers and cleaners and dry cleaners to do what they want to do.
Yeah, so you go like a pre-cleaning. I use this.
I've always done I use that as well. Actually, the ones I like are this, and it's just a little different. I actually buy the replacement for this.
Yeah, that works.
I have a whole tube of replacements, and it's just easy for me to get really down in there if I want to go one small spot and just lightly brush it in one direction. I like those bigger ones too, what I call eraser ends or whatever. That's it. So, Paul,
And you'd be, I mean, even on newer books,
Mhm.
you'd be surprised how dirty they are. I mean, because I always use white gloves when I'm touching books,
Mhm.
and I'll be touching brand new books, and I'll put them down, and the gloves are dirty.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I have white cotton gloves, and I'll clean a book off, and then I look at my hand, and the glove, all the fingertips on the glove are like black on a book that essentially looked already pretty clean. But every time I erase over it, I'm getting all these little black parts coming off. The eraser's turning black, the glove's turning black, and it's amazing to see how much dirt comes off a book that looks perfectly clean. Sometimes it's sort of amazing.
Yeah, I've literally looked at books and I've been like, oh, this one looks okay, and then you start cleaning it, and you're like, wow, I never knew this looked this good, because I've never seen one that clean.
Yeah, I use this. It's kind of weird how some things work on books and some things don't. So, okay.
Then you see some books you want to autoclave them.
So, do we have time to do? Let's do Knight's
October books.
October books. We got a second half. First half of the second half.
Well, we're going to be doing 45 through 49.
45 through 49.
Great era. I love 45 through 49.
The war is over, everybody, or just about. The war is over.
The war's over.
Not around. We sit there. The soldiers are coming home. People are fucking all over the place. It's the baby boomers are coming. Here we go. Jumbo.
Maybe.
Right there. Sheena.
Right off the bat.
Right there. That's an elephant cover. What number is that? Hang on. What number is that?
82.
82. Let's look at my elephant list here on my thing. 82. Huge circle on that one. I need one of them bad boys.
Yeah, so I saw you saying elephant cover. I didn't even see an elephant when I looked at that cover.
Steve,
Didn't even see it.
you saw the tail light, didn't you? There.
I see that. Well, yeah, I see that. I don't see anything else on there.
Joe Doolin or Jack Kamen? Who did the butt?
Looks no, it doesn't show it on this website here. Mike's Amazing World.
Let me.
Looks like I can't.
Well, I can't really tell. I mean, really, you could tell by the ass. I mean, it's not Frank Joe for crying out loud.
No, just
If it's Campbell,
Just overall.
Frank Joe, or Michael Turner, or Adam Hughes, they all draw asses whole.
Here's a pretty cool, colorful book.
Can you make his big? His screen?
Yep, I'm doing that right now. Nope, wrong guy. There it is. Look at that. Mary Marvel.
A seahorse cover.
Pretty cool colors. I like the three-dimensionality with those like little waves of white here. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
We got a Joker cover. And that's 46. I don't know if this is the first Penguin cover or not, but
I think it is.
it might. I feel like it could be.
No, first Penguin cover, I thought he was. Oh, the first Silver Age is on a dragon. He's on a goose, I thought, right?
An ostrich, but I don't think that's. I don't know if that's his first cover.
Mm.
But I don't think there's very many Penguin covers out there, really.
No,
It's a handful anyway.
not
46. This is
Bill Barnes.
pretty nice.
very nice. That's a real. I love that, Canadian white style. But I know I don't collect Canadian whites. I give you all credit, all of you people that do. If anybody here does it, I don't think any of you guys do. But if you do, I give you all the credit in the world. But that looks really good. He's a famous.
About that title last week, I think, too.
The Schoenberg Wonder.
Then we got 47.
Schoenberg.
Yeah, that one was
Stella.
brushed, I think. It gives it too much of a cartoony quality, but from a horror collector, I like that to be a little more horrific, and it looks a little too Tom and Jerry.
Salvador Dali-ish.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Is she shrank or something? I don't know.
She's under a microscope and there's a scalpel, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Not his best. I like this one.
Zoot. Joe Doolin. Look at that. What number is Zoot?
47, and that is number 11.
And that's probably a Jack Kamen there.
Yeah.
Says no, does not say.
Yeah. See, here's the thing on that jumbo. It's Baker on the inside. It's already said that, so I knew that because of that. That's Jumbo, and Baker's notoriously in all those things, but he's not doing the jungle stuff. That's the thing. Jungle is just the cover of Jumbo most of the time.
I mean, it could even be like a Joe Serta or something. I mean, there's no way to know for
Man, it could be swiped from an earlier Sheena book.
Finally, 47. We get some Phantom Lady, which I haven't had yet on these. So,
yeah, I honestly like the Diary Secrets I have more than all the Phantom Ladies.
Jack Kamen cover up by
yeah.
Matt Baker. Nice.
This let's see, number we're in still 47. This is an interesting cover.
Naoka. Those are
Burning at the
I have
Stake.
a few of those.
Yep.
I have a few Naoka.
Jungle Girl. That's
Actually,
number
that actually went for a long time. That's a
number
long
14.
That goes all the way to past the comics code.
Yeah, I think at the end they started doing photo covers too, didn't they?
There's famous photo covers, and the woman who played that ended up like. There's a story behind her about being an actress and everything else, and there was a few other Naokas. Yeah.
So this next one from 47 October came out October 1st, 47. If you're going back to the newsstand in your time machine in the 100 years from now or whatever.
In Paul's hot tub time machine.
This might be Jack Kirby's sexiest woman on a cover.
Ooh.
Right?
I don't know. He did Sue Storm pretty good.
Yeah, but she was never like this.
Oh, she didn't have enough scandal in her. You're right. Good stuff.
And then we got 47. There was a lot. Another joke.
Oh, Golden Age Guru agrees with me on this. We're putting this up here because he agrees with me because I'm a big Jack. I'm a Caymanite as well. Cayman crushes the Phantom Lady, in my opinion. I've been telling everybody.
Which
Cayman,
one came in? The Zoot?
Yeah, that's Jack Cayman. Baker's on the inside. Cayman probably. I mean, he might have done that Jumbo 81. He did Jumbo 90. I know that because I have that. And Jumbo 69 he did.
What issue was that crime book? What number was that?
Number 2. Or the Guilty All True Crimes, number 2. Really nice black cover.
Nice.
And then the Batman with the Joker. Here's another elephant.
Oh, that's one of my favorite ones. That's the Superboy. The Superboy versus the Jumbo. Yeah.
Yep.
That's actually freaking impossible for me to find.
1947. So 1948, another elephant.
Yep. That's the other one.
He kind of looks like a koala, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's not really the best, but what are you going to do? Swan does one much later on. So
The weird Captain America 1948 book.
Was
that, is that still Steve Rogers? Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that an Albertson?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Al Everson.
Yeah, Albertson always gave Cap a long face. I feel like
Interesting.
stretchy Cap.
Crimes of women by women.
Crimes by Women, classic.
Yeah, that's a cool title, and
Yeah. Crime by Women's always got good stuff. There's one with the 3 girls when they jump out of the train is really hot.
I think there's a jailbreak one, and I think there's a cat fight one, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a couple pretty decent ones in that title.
48. We got this.
Shark.
Yeah, I've got a nice copy of that. I got a 5.0. That's a tough one too. There's like less than 10 on the census. That's an LB Cole Shark. That's nice.
Nice.
Criminals on the run.
Looks like
that's
how
your-
it'll be cool.
Red eyes,
Shark.
too.
This I thought was a really strange cover. I don't really understand what
Oh,
with this thing.
there's-
I mean, it's a skull
I don't get the
jumping.
The
girder.
I mean,
I
don't know why the Phantom. First of all, the shadow. Sorry, the shadow could never hold up a steel beam.
The Street and Smith books are really wacky. I mean, they're
popular now.
Awesome.
They're popular again.
They either totally miss the target or they're spot on. They're just Street and Smith stuff is weird.
Yeah, they're
I think most
love
of the
that.
covers were like the result of heroin fever dreams or something.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. There's a thread out there on the CGC website about those books and everything. I was I own that.
that's a really nice cover.
It is. It's very busy.
I mean, he put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, because there's an elephant in there somewhere.
Elephant,
Wait,
animal.
I think is this no this Buscema. Is this Buscema?
That's 48. I thought this was an interesting one.
Steve
Yeah,
Ken.
So you could see in 48 they really jumped to lots of sexy.
There's very noir. We've gone noir again real quick.
Yeah. And doing 48. This is a little bit better.
Zella. That's another Zella.
Yep. It's better than that last one we showed.
That thrilling.
That's number 69.
Oh, I have 63. Close it up, but 69 to go into.
Still in 1948, we got another, which might be the most elephant month so far.
Tommy Big Top.
I've never even seen that one.
I've never seen that one, but I'm gonna have to be sent that one. Please send that to me on my list.
Well, yes.
I have a spreadsheet going, and I've got a ton. Pretty much.
Phantom Lady, 48, 1948.
Yeah.
And there's a interesting Two-Face cover.
Which one's that? Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Getting coin there. And
Kanga.
maybe they just seem to be starting to get some horror-ish kind of things.
Yeah, what is that, number 3?
That is number 2, 1948, Adventures in the Unknown.
Yeah, some of those early ones are good. Number 1 is one of the earliest pure three-coat horror books.
Oh, really?
Horror through and through, and it's very, very early on in three-coat horror, and it's pretty sought after.
Yeah, it's actually
Adventures.
that's in demand for a lot of people.
Well, that was the first ongoing horror series, wasn't it?
No, they had.
Yeah, I think it. There's another. There's another one I get confused, but that was definitely either number 1 or number 2 for ongoing. Yeah, I mean that's 49.
I think Harry number 1 came out earlier, but that was a one shot,
Yeah.
and then they restarted the series later.
Yeah, that was a one shot in 47. Adventures in the Unknown was 49.
Nice.
ACG is the publisher, and they were still going a year later.
ACG is like the blue collar publisher of the golden age because the Comics Code Authority didn't even slow them down. They just ran all their titles. They didn't care. They printed a whole bunch of titles every month for years, and the Comic Code Authority didn't even slow them down.
Fear was one.
Well, the biggest thing about ACG is essentially everything was written by one guy, and they were pumping out some titles.
Who
I
was
mean,
the
he
guy
wrote every
also
story in every book.
Who did all those unknown covers? Who did all those late ones?
Ken Bald.
Ken Bald, that's
is
his
the
name.
biggest artist that did the ACG.
Everything.
But there's some other stuff by Harry Lazarus that's really top notch, and he's pretty underrated artist. Harry Lazarus, especially his interior art on some of like the mid 50s ACG stuff. His stuff is real interior stuff, really killer.
Nice.
Ken Bald he must have done. I bet you in the top 10 in total number of covers in the golden age among all.
Oh yeah, he did all that whole ACG run. And
yeah, he did multiple titles for ACG too.
Yeah.
He didn't just do that one. He did like 4 or 5 titles every month.
Yeah. Ooh, headlights.
So in 49, you could see like things were getting more and more edgy.
It's one of the tryouts for Cryptoterra.
There it is. That's a famous one.
That's a great one.
Yeah, check it out.
There's the cat fight.
Yeah, there's the cat fight one.
Really good.
Very.
And although on DC front, things were just getting a little wacky.
Oh, they go back in time again?
Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ride, Bat Hombre,
I
ride.
wonder if Jim Lee was the editor back then too. He did such a great job. Sorry.
And
Tell us how you really feel.
Needed the camera. You can come in.
There it is. Hollywood Confessions. Look at that. That's
I haven't heard of that one before.
Oh, somebody has to find that. That's my goal this week, to find that book. What year is that?
Yeah, that's
49.
19?
That one just went to number 1 on your want list, huh?
That's a good one.
Well, that's good there. I'm talking about
My love life.
Look at that.
I loved too often.
Yeah, see, that's not scandalous stuff for me. I like the one when there's the other girl in the back that says she's gonna like choke her or something.
Yeah, I do like it.
Somebody said a great line, and
It's hard there.
it's something you can snort in that, but don't let anybody know you laughed. So a guy said that what happened is that guys that were buying comic books. The reason why crime books and everything else got real gory is because guys who were buying superheroes and everything else got married, and then they started buying books with women's heads getting decapitated. I lost my shit.
That's really good.
No, dude, that was a great. And it was an old school. I forget which. It was in a book I was reading about these guys.
So what's your favorite one?
Of the earliest?
Just whatever, anything.
If I'm gonna grab any book of that era, I'm gonna something different. That adventure is pretty tough. That one, but
I like the jump.
I like
the adventures too.
I think I might go over that cat fight one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the cat fight's probably the one. I'm going with the ripped green. Yeah, it's got kind of a cat
patrol.
But I really want to know more about that Hollywood Confessions. I'm gonna look that one up. Do we know anything about it?
Nope.
Hollywood Confessions. You ever hear that one, DS?
Yeah, I've heard of Hollywood Confessions. I think I've seen that one before. I mean, it doesn't ring a bell, but I've seen Hollywood Confessions around before.
Oh.
It's a kind of a smutty L.A. Confidential sort of noir crime.
2 issues.
That's totally not what I would have expected.
2 issues.
Oh,
There's a
Both.
lot of private eyes in those Hollywood Confessions.
Yeah, there's 2 of them, and it's by St. John. And let's see what the contents say.
John.
No,
Guess who did that cover?
Oh, who?
Joe Kubert.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he did a fair number of St. John stuff. He did a couple.
3 of the stories, Carmine Infantino.
I'll look it up in here real quick.
There's
Hollywood,
Carmine Infantino in there. Very cool.
Hollywood Confessions.
Available stock. Let's see this one. I'm going to look at. There's a CGC 4.5 out there. That's there aren't many of them. It's the last issue of a 2-issue set.
most of the time.
That's real good shit, but that's like some. Get off this set, everybody.
Yeah, I mean it.
Hey, Laura, I want to talk to you. It's the Harvey Weinstein fucking story. I don't care who he is, the producer. That's Harvey Weinstein. I'm leaving. And she's dressed like Leia, for crying out loud. Slave Leia.
Yeah, I mean it's that one looks like the best one of the run. Sure.
Of the 2? Yeah, the back cover is actually really cool. It's bizarre. It's one of those, buy this corduroy coat for $7.99. But it's some tennis player. I don't know.
That's a good thing there.
It is rare. There's only 5 on the census.
Look at that.
6 on the
Oh,
census.
what's that? Number 15 is missing.
Hmm.
Is that still rare, DS?
No, I mean it's just as unrare as the other ones, or rare as the other ones. It's just another headshot cover. I mean, you can see after number 3, they just get a little monotonous to me. I mean, they're still pretty collectible, and people go after them, but they don't do it for me. They're just headshot covers.
I filled in a bunch of the white spaces on my photo journals because when Comic Book Marketplace was coming out, every once in a while they would come out with some of the white space stickers that you could put in.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think some of the ones that he didn't find when he was going cross country to fill in these pictures was because they were super rare. Other ones he didn't find because they just were not very sought after, and not a lot of people had them. But there's not many white spaces in there.
Let's not get it
That's the whole
twisted. This was
page, huh?
pre most of the internet,
Yeah.
too. So it was. I mean, it's like they're finding so many books that, like on their scarcity index, they said maybe 10 copies exist, and now there's a lot more because you've seen them.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're just going from collector to collector with a camera, taking pictures of what they have, and to get as many as he did is freaking amazing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
I
those books
would
are never
expect
far
him
from
to-
me.
Like ahead of time, if he was my buddy and told me he's going to do that, I was like, yeah, get those white spaces ready because you're probably only going to be able to fill about half of them. And he got like 95 to 97% of them or something.
Yeah, it's.
I wish you
I
did.
mean, anybody who's a serious Golden Age collector, I think, should own those books.
I didn't own them until just a couple months ago when Knights gave them to me. Actually, I've never owned them before.
He was resisting, so I had to do it.
I know I was resisting. I didn't. It wasn't something I didn't want to spend money on. I didn't know how cool they were. I mean, I knew other people had them, and I had seen them. I just never like owned them.
Where are yours, JD?
When I sold my collection back in the 90s, I kept 2 things: a short
Which
box
one?
of silver and gold,
What'd you
and
say?
my photo journal.
Where's your photo journal books, JD?
I gotta get my. I don't own a Gerber's.
Oh, come on.
I didn't. Well, here's why I didn't
I
have the
can't buy
Gerber's.
2 people.
I had the Gerber's, but there's only so much space I've had at times in my life. So I lived in mostly cities my entire life. So eventually, I got rid of them.
Too much content in this to get rid of if you ever
I
own it.
understand, but I probably never had the whole set. I probably had.
It is.
I probably had one that I probably wasn't even worth it. I had the. I don't even know if it was a Gerber's. I had all the marbles, all the Silver Age books. I was trying to get all the Thor Journey into Mysteries and find all the Thor versus covers, like this Bill Everett one. You know that Bill Everett one I talk about.
So did he put all the
My favorite of the Golden Age too, but this is my favorite Bill Everett cover because it's the only time I ever think Bill Everett ever drew Thor. So,
Did he put all the ones on
drawn Thor.
or were did people like these because they were on the back? Like, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
I'll tell you what didn't come first: value stamps.
Well, I mean, I think those are on the back because they probably changed the dust jacket over time, and those were not on the back starting. But they're on the back now because I bet they've updated that dust jacket over the years. I mean, because look at that. You got Suspense 3, Punch 12, Startling 11. I mean,
wow.
3, every top grail's on the back of that. But I'll bet you there's not Dynamic 8 on the back of that.
I don't know if there's been that many printings of this.
I don't know. I mean, I've just got it recently, as you know, so I'm just winging it.
I bet there's only one back cover.
I just flipped over mine and like here's an example. That's this one right here. That's one of the white space stickers.
That's cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that title's pretty rare though, so that makes sense that would be missing. The one before it's real cool where they got the cop chained up and they're pouring the water in, they're gonna drown them. That's a brutal cover there.
Now, somebody, I was going to ask you guys, what's that? Is that the set that had the gold pages? So one of them has gold. One of them, CGC, or I think it was CBCS. One of them put gold pages, not off white. It was gold, like the yellow leaked through. Gold. I know blue and pink I've seen by CGC. This was something else, but it was one of those rare books there. And it's like that issue. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a pulp. I think it's a pulp, though. I think it's a pulp from St. John. Yeah.
There's the exciting has a missing one too. That underwater one. Got that one
where the Black Terror's pulling off the helmet off the underwater Nazi. Yeah. We just talked about that one recently, right?
Yeah.
The green water cover, yeah.
Underwater.
Yep, there, I have it.
Awesome. That's cool.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
Man, you did a good job. That looked like it was.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, when you put them in there, you can't really tell that they're in there. The way I usually tell is I run my hand across the page and you can feel it.
Yeah, that looks legit. That's nice.
I'm gonna have to look for those.
Where do you get them?
Yeah, well, I can probably get you. Comic Book Marketplace did them in like their special issues, and like once a year they would come out with them. So I can probably get you a list of the issues that had them.
I'd love to get I want to find like a big lot of those books, but if you try buying one-on-one off of eBay, you'll get it's way too much.
The worst ones are like 1 through 10. I have like 3 or 4 of the ones from 1 through 10. I mean, issue 1 goes for I've seen them go for $500. I mean,
what are you talking about?
Comic Book Marketplace.
Oh, you talking about a book from them?
No, they did a monthly. Was it monthly?
Oh, the Comic Book Marketplace, like fanzine or something.
Magazine.
Yep. Yeah, okay.
They were talking about that on the Monday night show.
Yeah. I think Roger has a few of those. They're cool. I mean,
didn't he?
I've been everything.
I think this is one of the ones that had this one had white space stickers in it. I think
that's cool.
That's a cool dynamic Chesler on the front of that one.
Yep.
There's one of those on eBay right now for what I think is cheap. I'm not going to buy it, but if anybody wants it, it's like a 3.5 and it's like $300. Those Cheslers are tough, and that's a cool one.
Really tough to find.
There's some of the white space stickers, or the.
Oh yeah, Captain Arrow 26 is a white space.
Yep, all 4 of those are white space ones.
Oh wow.
That Arrow's not that rare though. There's a lot of those out there. I have 2 copies of it.
Yep.
I'll tell you something right there. I'm surprised he didn't find a copy of that out there because that's the last issue of the title. There's a good fair number of them out there. It's a real cool sci-fi cover. Surprised that he didn't come across one of those. Take a picture of. But yeah, I got one of those. I'm going to bring to Baltimore for like trade bait. I just don't know that it's worth much more than what I paid at this point. So I got to be careful with it. I'm not trying to give away value, but.
Did Comic Connect have something ending today or something? I feel like an auction house had some stuff ending.
Why? Because nobody's watching our show?
No.
Well, I think, right?
There's thousands. They're just, you know,
Millions around the
we
globe.
only count USA.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's there's a lot of people going to Baltimore. There's a lot of stuff going on YouTube. And, I don't know. Maybe there's baseball games tonight. I don't know. But I'll bet you if we were, you talk about Golden Age, it's tough to get the people that we get in our chat that watch the show are hardcore and they love it. But a lot of them, because we don't talk about variants, we don't talk about a lot of stuff that's like movie spec. We don't talk about that very often. So there's a lot of stuff that's really hot topics in the hobby that we don't cover because we're just not into it that much. And there's, I'd rather have a small dedicated following for this show than have, hundreds of people showing up once in a while.
What is that, DS? I mean,
This is Comic Connect. I guess they had a auction ending today.
I got my stuff from Comic Link, FedEx guy.
Erie.
Which Erie? 3?
Number.
That's Erie the comic, not Erie the Warren.
Number 16.
I like Erie the Warren. I love my Warren.
Sold for $295.
$295. Okay. Oh, for people that were asking. Oh, that's not bad. People that were asking the other day about my favorite headlight cover, and I told them I'd cherry on Golden Guys because I know TJ watches it. I think we all agree that Neil Adams wins. I think Neil Adams wins.
Yeah, that's Neil Adams, right? That looks just like this book that I have handy. That's Neil Adams. I mean, he obviously, it's almost a cover swipe.
Oh, the Phantom Stranger one, right?
Yeah, it's almost a cover swipe, except the people are in slightly different positions. But
and he can have them look like this in a magazine. Then he certainly couldn't have it because this is early on. This is Curtis, so this is 75. That's probably 60.
This is 70, 71.
71, 69, 71. So yeah, this is right after that, and then you could show just a little more elbows. Show a lot more elbows on this one.
There you
go. Here's a good headlines cover.
Now, Boris. Now this.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
This is the Monsters Unleashed cover you want to have. This has got great side boob.
Yeah, is that a Frazetta though?
Oh, this is Boris.
Oh, okay.
Who TJ Watson and I will tell everybody this, that as much as everybody loves Frazetta, and I like Frazetta's go, I'm not knocking Frazetta. I like Boris too. Okay, I'm a big fan of Boris, and he does a great job. If you don't know him, he did that Marvel Zombies one and everything else. So
the one I have really is this one. This is going to Baltimore for onsite, or I'm dropping off. This is a drop off.
Oh, that's a great. That's one I have that book. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one's pretty nice. I think it's like a 9.0. It's a pretty nice copy, and it's the
copies of that magazine as a whole is actually a pretty cool one.
This is gonna pair nicely with this that I just got back today.
And I have a question about that book. Okay,
Cool.
The Legion, the one from '76, that one.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Who did that cover?
I think it's a Nick Cardy cover.
Okay. Nick Cardy on a Marvel book.
Yeah, I know. Usually it's DC Bronze.
In the bronze.
Yeah,
Now, I don't know. Nick Cardy did probably every off-title DC book not named Batman, Superman. Even some Superman, I know he did, and some detectives, I think.
Well, it's a really weird lineup on this. Listen to this. The story is by Bill Mantlo. The art interior is Frank Robbins and Steve Gann, and then Nick Cardy did the cover. So it's a weird, but it's Marvel. It's a Marvel premiere, and these were like, each issue was different, and they did.
That actually was that's actually a very, in my opinion, it's an undervalued book. It's the first time a lot of them cross over, and it's just a badass book. And
what I'm gonna do is
there's something significant to it.
I'm going to get this one graded, and then I have this one. So I have the first actual appearance and then the first comic book appearance. And this is going to be a nice little set that I think will bring a little more in total. The sum will be greater than the parts for this. Yep. And, this is a solid grade. This one is definitely going to be at least an 8.5, It's probably higher, but I'm wrong half the time anyway. But whatever, it's about the same as this, and that'll be a nice little set. I'll sell them together, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, this one's I don't know what they're worth. I'm not even going to worry about it until I get the other one back. But it's going to be a nice little set, and if some type of movie spec or something goes off while I'm in the middle of this, even better. But yeah, they're cool books. I'm glad I got 2 nice copies.
I got these really nice magazine bags. Yes.
Are they my lights?
Yeah.
I got polys. I got magazine-sized polys.
You too. What's his name? Ricky was asking about the first Iceman. Yes, you are correct. Early Iceman. Yes, very early Iceman. I collect this more for the Doctor Strange story, but it's actually cool. First time the Human Torch and the Iceman met, so it's kind of cool. Strange Tales 120. Are you bringing in anything to grade right there, Nick Cardy?
Yeah, that's cool. I like Nick Cardy. There's 2 artists in the Bronze Age I think are sort of overlooked because of Neil Adams and Bernie Wrightson.
Oh no, this is cool.
Nick Cardy and Louis Dominguez, who's phenomenal. Or I love Louis Dominguez stuff.
I talked about Louis Dominguez. I talked about Louis Dominguez on The Hunt. I picked up some really cool horror, like he does skeletons, like the Weird World Tales and Star Trek. The best one. Man. He's an Argentinian, and Paul did a fantastic artist series on him. So
And Cardi.
I know we talk about this, Paul. You're a vital part of the show. Now that you're showing up more, we're very happy.
I can show you guys the books I'm bringing to Baltimore to get rid of if you want to see them.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so I used to have a full run of this, and I sold.
By the way, here's Louis Dominguez right here.
Yeah, nice.
Classic one. I love that.
One of my favorites. Actually, this is one of my favorites. And the reason why I have it open is because I'm reading it right now.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I read them all.
This is the only book I have left from this run, and it's like nobody wants it. So I don't know. It's a very tough issue to find. It's a very high grade. It's got a really cool date stamp, and I don't know. Nobody wants this, so whatever. I'll bring it and try to do something with it. But I don't know. Cool book, and it's like nobody wants it. We can't give that book away. This one is very rare. I'm not dying to get rid of this, but I will if the price is right because
that's a
beat the prices. And this is only a 3.0, but this is a very tough one to find. It's a Jack Couch cover.
There's a lot of people that look for that one.
Yeah, I don't think I have any problem moving this. And then this one I like, but I can get another copy. I'm not married to it, but this is a really cool Russ Heath cover.
Yep.
Suspense 19, and it's in a nice grade.
Are we gonna trade all those for one big thing, or?
I would, sure. I mean, I like doing stuff like that. Because that makes it, not only do I get a big book, but then I have more room. Because I'm a minimalist, man. I'm not
gonna get a polybagged. He's gonna get a polybagged X-Force 1 with the card inside.
Yeah. This one.
Everybody.
Already sold. It's already sold.
Okay.
I've just decided it's time to move on to a better copy, so that's why I'm not going to.
Good for you.
You don't have a better copy already?
No, I don't.
Oh.
But I need to get money to get a better copy, and this will help. But I mean, this is an awesome book, and it's a really nice 2.0.
What is there any book in the collection that you will not get rid of until you get the under or overgrade upgrade?
Not anymore. I used to, but here's my theory on undercopies these days. To me, it's sort of like a handcuff or a sort of like a prison or whatever, because it robs me of my motivation and my strength to get the upgrade, because I can't fully commit to getting an upgrade because I already have the books. I don't want to pay too much. I want to get something, you know what I mean? I'll pass on things because it gets something else because, well, I already have that book. It's sort of like it robs me of my strength and my will to get the upgrade. So if I cut it loose, it's like burning my ship when I get ashore. I'll be motivated to go out and get it rather than I can run back to my 2.0 copy all the time. Then it hampers my, I don't know, it's like a mental thing with me. And I've done it a few times, and when I've cut them loose, I wondered if I regret it, but I can aggressively go after a better copy. And there's more copy. That's not a rare book anyway. I mean, it's just expensive, but I mean, it's not.
Which one?
The
Starling Terror?
Starling 11. I mean, this is not a hard book to find. It's just pricey. So, I mean, it's easier to find money than it is to find a rare book. So this is just a money issue. And
Look at
then,
that signature.
Not taking this to CGC. Not.
Look at this.
I'm
Nice.
probably selling that. That's hot.
It's my birthday book. You know what I mean? No, I came out.
Happy birthday. Is it your birthday?
No. This came out the
Oh, that
month
came out when he was
year I
born.
was.
Oh.
This is my under copy of this. So this will be movable.
Another birthday book.
Now, when you do birthday books, do you do by just what's on the cover?
Yeah, I have to do month and year because everybody's like, just go 2 months before. Well, that's not exactly how it works.
I think the best is to
This is
find.
1973 we're talking about.
Yeah, but you could still find a date stamp, probably.
Right, which is what I've looked for date stamps with my birthday. But what I have had is I have 2 Stan Lee signed books on my birthday certified.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they're both, one's a Thor and one's a Silver Surfer. I could have got a lot more because I love that book. I can't believe you're gonna get rid of it.
I mean, I got a 7.5.
That's true. You do have 2 now. That's
The only reason I still have this is because I like it more than everybody else, and nobody wants to give me what I think it's worth. So
I just think it's harder to find.
that I think's reasonable, and people laugh me out the door on my price. So I'm like, all right, whatever. It's definitely worth that. So I still have it, but I got a 7.5, and yeah, I mean, this isn't a tough book, and it's a nice copy, and there's only like 6 on the census, and nobody wants it. So this is another one that, you know, I think it's worth more to me than other people, but I can maybe work a deal with it better than I can just sell it on eBay. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all those are going to be, you know, that's a fair number of books. It's pretty solid. I'm not trying to bring, you know, a whole box of books, but there's 6 there. Pretty good. Plus the romance one, the Baker Diary Secrets.
This is a cool book.
That
That
be bringing to grade.
modern book, but it takes some of it takes place in the Golden Age.
Yeah, Invaders. Yeah, I like the bronze run of that where they sort of reincarnated that Golden Age feel to it.
And this is new, but it has flashbacks to World War II, which is pretty awesome. And it's pretty neat. The World War II pages are drawn by a different artist. So that is interesting.
Here's something I'm torn by. I'm not gonna. I'll bring it because I know somebody. I mean, I got this on such a good deal, but also I might have already upgraded already. Speaking of, from somebody else who wants to trade something else for, you know, oh, I heard you're on this, and I'm like, ooh, that's a higher grade than what I got, and he wants similar things. So stuff I have, modern variants and stuff like that. But this is something here. I've never done this before. Cracked open a 9.8 to get it signed. It's the first Simonson Thor.
Is that what you're gonna do?
I have another one of these, and it'd be cool to have a blue and a red, yellow label, I guess, of the same book. The book's not worth anything slabbed.
No, I mean those Thor books are woefully undervalued, almost criminally so.
So I don't know if and
Even this one?
I mean,
it's actually one of the hottest books right now today. That is twice as hotter today than it was yesterday because Chris Helmsworth now apparently is saying that Beta Ray Bill is coming to Thor, whatever.
well, yeah. But I mean, last year I bought a 9.8 CGC 9.8 of 337 on Heritage Sunday night auction for $150.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it is under. Even that one doesn't go for anything. It's hot now, sort of, but you know, I picked up a copy a year ago for $150. Yeah, that one's decent.
Frank Miller, Punisher.
Oh, I love that book.
I like it.
I have. There's also
Ray Gun.
Cap versus. There's a Daredevil too. That's just like that Frank did too.
I just don't like the Ray Gun.
Yeah, this is some of the stuff I'm bringing. This is not Mylar; it's cellophane. Just to let you know. But there are some Mylar I'll show here. I'm bringing this. It is a Very, very nice copy. I know, DS, you've seen it up close. Everybody who says, geez, without that stain,
What?
really
It's a
nice.
stain.
But there is a little bit and there.
In the
It's
flow.
actually-
Like,
It looks a lot worse on the camera than it does in person, but it's there. It's actually, most people have deducted that it's probably, and I've had a lot of people have looked at it, it's on the boards and everything else, there's probably a price sticker that was put over the 12 cent because it's directly on the price.
Well,
So
I had a Spider-Man 190, 187, something like that, with a similar stain, and I got 9.0 on it.
maybe. Was it a 9A candidate without it? Oh, these are just sketch covers.
No, it was. I didn't see the stain though. This was a while ago. It was on the back cover, but it looked just like that, about same size and density. And yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for that, it probably would have been a 9.4.
Gonna make Simonson shake and draw me some Star Wars.
You selling that FF1?
I'd like to get it whiter.
Well, you might be able to clean it up a little bit, but
That's the 9.6 candidate. I don't think a 9.8. And pretty. These are harder to tell too. This book particularly. Why? Because it's the what if. It's the big one. It's the one with the. It's actually a bigger book. It's not. There's no staples. It's what do you call this? It's not. It's
Square bound.
It's not really square bound. It's like oval bound.
oval bound.
It's weird. It's
That's what you're talking about, yeah.
It's not. That's the way it was done. It's 1978, but it's a 9.6 candidate, and I've had this, but I want to get it graded because this thing flew up in value, and I'm no dummy. Then I found this book in a while. Now this is a book that TS sends at me in a poly because he only sends books in polys.
Yeah, but it was a new poly, so you got another.
Yes. Well, I obviously I took it out to have it pressed and did a good job. I'd be happy with a 9.0. Absolutely, I'd be ecstatic. I think it's beautiful. So you'll see the grade when I get there, because I definitely want to grade that and bring that home. I think I'm gonna have Chaikin sign this. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's better to bring it than not have it and have to buy
Yeah,
it.
that one's a tough though. Where are you going to have them sign? I mean, there's not really a good spot on there.
I can Chaikin. I don't know. I had the hardcover book too. The
Sign Black Kiss.
the little pocket book that came out a year after this that has all the first year. I have that, and I could use that too because that's the only issues he did, the first 12. And he hated it, and he didn't see the movie when he drew it. Just to let you guys know, all he had was the Ralph McQuarrie drawings and a script and that Roy Thomas wrote. That's it. And gonna get Greg Land to sign this, and I'm gonna definitely grade this thing, just because I don't want it here if it's not graded. These are not easy to find. Strange Tales 109 is the one just before Doctor Strange. That's one of my favorite Kirby covers right there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's a nice practice cover. Good
Yeah.
colors on that. That was like mid bronze, like a 35 center or something. 30.
30 cents.
Nice copy.
I looked at a 9.8 of these and it was like, $150.
Well, I mean, a 9.8 of a bronze book, no matter what it is going to be $100. You know what I mean?
You'd think.
But you'd think it'd be worth a little more. Maybe.
I don't know. But this one, I hope, these are secondary copies. So
JD, how many books are you bringing for on-site grading?
just 3 or 4. Just those. I can't see myself bringing the gold books because I haven't had them pressed or cleaned yet. And the other thing is I haven't really organized how I want to do slabbing some of these gold ones. I like buying the slab ones. As far as which ones I want to send in, I want to do them in spurts. It's kind of, I figure I'll be slabbing the rest of my life, and I'm not going to be buying books as much the rest of my life. I've come down to reality that I have too many. So what I've done is now I'm collecting books or going back to getting more books from the bronze and before.
You've moved past buy everything to buy what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, I've got 17 books for on-site, but a couple of them aren't mine. But I have one more that I already put on the submission form that I haven't even gotten yet, and I should get it tomorrow, Thursday at the latest. But it's a Tomb of Dracula 10.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
I got it all.
I'm actually bringing my Chamber of Chills, by the way.
On that online on your auction.
Yeah, I got that one off of Gene Paul Ace Peter.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, Tomb of Dracula 10. I don't know. He doesn't put
Great
great
auctions.
but it,
Great auctions.
it looks like a mid-grade, a solid like 5.0-ish
Nice.
to 6 range. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a 5055.
That's,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
that's the first Eagle Prime, 190, 201?
202.
202. Yeah, it's the first Eagle Prime.
Nice picture frame.
Yep, one of my favorite. It's a good book. Yeah, you pass through the Buscema days. You're in the Buscema days on those. Steranko.
That's a hard book to get in white.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay a lot for that one in white.
Look at FF67. Oh, I have that. That's one of my favorite. By the way, that thing's dirt cheap still. Underrated cover, man.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Especially because they did it
This
in
is
the
probably
movie.
my favorite Steranko.
Oh yeah,
Cap
That's a
Runner.
nice Steranko. We all have our own favorite Captain Steranko. Actually, my favorite Steranko's are
Hey, you guys, you tell me this.
this
Paul.
one.
Did
I'm
you see?
debating on this one.
Hey, I assume
Yeah, my favorite stuff of his was his shield stuff.
so. Infinity War, or what was the latest one that came out? Was it Infinity War?
Endgame.
Oh, Endgame, right. So there's a part where Spider-Man joins the fight, and they're in a little park for a second, and they knock over a statue, and it's so quick, but I swear it's the statue from that Captain America book.
Oh, it might be a nice little Easter egg.
Ooh.
I'll have to check it out.
There's a badass Doctor Strange story in here.
You know, I had a Buscema cover in my unboxing today, JD. I don't know if you caught that. But this is a Buscema.
Oh, yeah. Wolverine 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He did that whole run. And Sienkiewicz took over the next issue, I think. 9 or 10 is Sienkiewicz. Yeah. That's actually a great run. I love that. See, yeah, that's a good Steranko. See, here's my thing. I was thinking about bringing this to get Steranko to sign. You know, I just got to sign 2 other ones.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Everybody has their own. I like this one. I don't know. What do you think about this as far as
I think his signature is so cool looking that it's better on a book that suits the signature.
Mm.
He's just one of those guys who's got a real nice signature. So maybe, you know,
I'm gonna hop off here. So
What about
so
the
maybe
old,
on that.
the old one, the old signature or the new signature?
I didn't know there was a different one.
Yeah, there's one where it's just print, and then there's the squiggly Steranko.
Well, they're probably both nice. He seems to be a guy
I'll just
who
show you. I'll
takes
just-
pride in that.
Mine's downstairs right now, but that's one of my favorite.
Oh yeah,
shield
that's a great one.
That's all right.
That is awesome.
This is impossible to see. See it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Is that the old one?
That's
The-
the modern one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that cover. It reminds. Isn't that Wally-Wood inking or something crazy? I can't remember.
Yeah, Bollywood did
that's
do the
so
ink on
cool.
that.
That's so cool. What a
I
great
love
combo.
Hollywood. Actually, should we slab Gangbang 3? I mean, just we're talking Wally-Wood, right? That's got to be the best one to my. We're gonna do it. We have to on-site grading. Drop it off, have them grade it, and then go pick it up and take a picture of the guy's reaction when you pick it up. Oh, you're the one. You're the one with that Gangbang 3. You know, be signed because it's Wally-Wood, but.
That's another great one.
Oh
Very
yeah, I love that.
Salvador Dali inspired.
Yep.
This is Steranko's first work I had him sign.
Yeah, that is. I have that.
I got an 8.5 on this, and I think that was nice. But I think this is a nicer.
Did he do his X-Men ones?
I was not a fan of it. So I'm not a fan of X-Men's.
Oh, really? I thought 50 is nice.
I mean, I liked them. I don't know. It's weird. X-Men's are weird for me. I was never really a big fan of collecting all the old ones, and I had two, and I never had one, but I've had a few of them. I've come across, and I've just been like, I don't know. I'm an Avengers. I kind of broke it down to. I figured I was always a teams guy in the beginning. When I first started collecting, I was more into the Avengers and the offbeat. I didn't buy titles like most of the titles I collected were like those were the ones here. Like I say, Strange Tales. By the way, I love that cover too. Strange Tales because you got two stories in one, and I collected Journey of Mystery, and I like those are my favorites.
Yeah, it's one of my first 12-cent books ever. Where back, I was at a garage sale as a kid.
I'm trying to think. Mine had to be if I was buying them at a garage sale or taking from my neighbor's garage or whatever. They had all older teenage boys, and they'd give me some comics here and there, and weed when I was older. But that was it. They just lived behind us, so they fixed your skateboard when you're 10, gave you comics when you're 8, and gave you pot when you were 13. So,
here's another one of my favorite covers.
Yeah.
Zach.
So I gotta be heading out.
Is Paul coming back?
Yeah.
He might have went to go get something, or I don't know what he did.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna check out. I've got.
Are you gonna? You just go get something, Paul?
Yeah.
You got it?
Sure. Oh, I wasn't grabbing a book. I had to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay. So Paul had a poop, so we got to take a little break. But we got to head out. Thanks all for watching. I'll be on tomorrow night on Unlimited, and it's the last show before Baltimore. So there you go. See you later. Have a good one. Thank you for being a friend. Sorry.